What's good, guys? Strong Art back at you with another video. What's going on, everyone out there? Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's been active in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you like what I'm doing, and I appreciate your support. For this evening, I want to address a couple things. Within the manosphere right now, as it stands, there's been a lot of, we can say right now, back and forth between this whole Pookie, Ray, square war, you know, who's who and who's what, and you know, there's a lot of back and forth going on. You know, it's unfortunate to see that there's so much, I guess we can call it chaos going on right now within the manosphere space, black manosphere space. Let me be correct. And I'm also hearing, and I heard something as well that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. You know, I'm sure we're all familiar with the brother Obsidian. You know, shout out to him. I have no smoke with him or anything like that. He's done great work for the space. But I want to address a couple things about something that he mentioned about SYSBM and a couple other things. Just kind of go into the origin of it. Mad Bus Driver was like the architect of the name SYSBM, Save Yourself Black Man. And I think some people have a misconception about what SYSBM is. I've heard, right, those who don't completely understand try to say, oh, it's a divestment. It's black men who are divesting from black women. Y'all are divestors. That can be farther from the truth. That's not the case at all. It's been said before, but I feel like I need to say it. First and foremost, SYSBM deals with black men who are exercising their best options, wherever it may be. Now, to some who hear that, they may be a little bit upset, or that may bother them, because you see men who are not sticking to the plantation. Men who are not bounded by this think tank thought that, oh, you black, so you got to do this. Says who? Says who? Right? Says who? Right? Some talk gets kicked around about, oh, well, it's about building families and legacy and all this other stuff. Who decided that they'd rather not have black men, that they'd rather have the government? In regards to a couple things Obsidian said, he said in regard to SYSBM, he said that he doesn't see any movement. He said, and he specifically named the brother Charles Tyler about his contributions and said nothing else is going on behind what Charles Tyler did. How come brothers ain't going that direction? I don't know what Obsidian is getting at by saying that. But let me show y'all something. First and foremost, let me show you this. This, make sure y'all can see that. BMO, Black Man Options, the original group, Charles Tyler, right here. It's a hat, right? This is being an affiliate, and this is being a member. You see I have more than one. I have another one back here. You see it. Okay? You see it, right? We're active. And just because you don't know about it or hadn't come across your desk, maybe you haven't kept your ear to the streets. But even Pablo can tell you, you have all these groups out here. Shout out to BMT, Black Man Travels. Aaron Ferris, shout out to him. The movement is happening. It's been happening for quite a while. When Charles Tyler passed away, the group was still making moves and plans, right? I didn't particularly like the fact that he said that, oh, nothing has happened since Charles Tyler passed away. We've been making big moves, bro. Big moves. Now, some will say, oh, I don't know about it. Or how interested are you in actually traveling? Now, I heard him say also that he's about to do some trip so he can go evaluate, you know, for himself about certain moves. And I'm just like, bro, honestly, man, who are you, bro? Like, in to that regard, I know what you've done. Respect to you. I know what you've done. You got your books. I know about the books. I understand that. But this isn't me having smoke with anybody. This is me addressing a couple things I just felt a little bit not too particularly at ease about. Because I'm just like, come on, man. You really think that we're just out here barking SYSBM and ain't nobody doing nothing? You really think that there's not brothers who are exercising their options, making channels and videos about going overseas and living in places like Thailand and all the things that they've seen and done, and it's just nothing's coming from it? You think the movement is dead and we lying? And the thing is that we know that everybody isn't going to take this option. But that's the thing, it's not for everybody. Like I believe I heard Pablo say, this is the country club. This is the country club. Everybody don't make it to the country club. Everybody don't get a jacket. Everybody don't make the Hall of Fame. But when people say what's being done, SYSBM is an option. Guess what? It's an option. It's not a law, meaning it don't work for everybody. And it won't be everybody's answer. That's why I operate in the mind space of, I'm not here to save you. Okay? This is a SYSBM channel. All right? Now, I don't have thousands of videos and I don't have, you know, the catalogs of, you know, some other content creators who have like, you know, their whole entire page is lined with you know, live streams and all this other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put out my content, I do my thing. I say what needs to be said when I feel like it needs to be said. And in the future, I will be bringing you more travel content, because that's the aim for this channel, is I want to actually bring you more travel content instead of just talking about it. I want to actually be in places like Colombia, be in places like down in Brazil, and actually show. All right. Now, on a couple of my older videos on my channel right here, you can scroll back and scroll down, and you can actually see that work has been being done as far as me traveling. If y'all don't believe my travel, like in one of my videos down there, you go check it out. I've been traveling and I show some of my experiences. All right. I'll show my experience. I've been to Dubai. I've been to different countries. I have no issue with that. All right. All right. I have a military background, so I was obviously traveling. I grew up military. I was always at different army posts. You know what I mean? When people talk about where I'm from, it may sound convoluted when you hear somebody explain it, because I know on Coach Clinician, it was kind of like, you know, he just was like, oh, you from here, from here. Let me go ahead and explain it just about me personally, to give you an understanding of my travel life. I was born in California. I left at 3. We went to Virginia, lived out there for a little while. That's where my sister was born. And then from Virginia, I believe we moved back down to Mississippi, where my parents are from. And most of my family's from Mississippi. And then we stayed there for a number of years. I want to say I did some elementary schooling out there. And then I want to say somewhere along the way, we wound up in Georgia. So Fort Benning. From Fort Benning, moved around a little bit. I think I wound up going back to Mississippi for summer. I was always kind of back and forth between a spot in Mississippi for summers, visiting family, stuff like that. And then another spot I lived at was Fort Bragg. Okay, I was at Fort Bragg for a while, and basically up until my high school years. And then I'll say within my high school years, I was at a different high school every year, because then it was back and forth from North Carolina to Mississippi. So I was at a different high school every year. That's why, contrary to popular belief, I barely played sports in high school. All right. All of my working out and athletic knowledge came from the military for the most part. His knowledge, athletic experience, stuff like that, came from the military. All right. I did 8 years military. I was aviation mechanic. All right. So, after I left North Carolina, wound up heading out to Texas. And this is basically my senior year. Was in El Paso. Graduated out there, went to the military. Did my time in the military, did my thing. I got out and basically went back to Texas. I was in Texas forever. You know what I mean? I basically did my whole military career in Texas. And of course, those of you who know can probably guess what base that was. I'm sure a lot of you know. I'll give you a hint. It's up under Killeen. But yeah, man. Constantly moving. Heck, I mean, even on my 4 days, now that I'm talking about clean and being at Fort Hood, even on my 4 days, when we get a 4 day, long weekends, man, I was driving from Killeen, heading out to El Paso, constantly driving, because I grew up like that. Okay? So just to shape the whole narrative, what I'm saying is that I've been traveling. All right, when I was in the military, deployments, I went on 4 deployments. 4 deployments? I want to say it was 4 deployments, so I remember correctly. I want to say it was 4 deployments. 3 to Iraq, 1 to Afghanistan, if I remember correctly. And then when I got out, contracting, back overseas. All right, doing my thing, making bread. So, for me, everybody is not going to be in that mind state of traveling. And the reason I brought up and just gave my travel history like that is because I want people to understand that some people are in the mentality of being travelers and having to constantly shift cultures or shift the way they think to be able to blend into different cultures in different scenarios. Because as you grow up as a kid, you're going to be in more mixed, as a military kid, you're going to be in more mixed environments. All right. I didn't grow up in an all black neighborhood. I was never in one place for that long, to be completely honest. So for me, traveling is natural. And I understand that everybody won't do it, and it's not for everybody. That's okay. That's okay. But let's not say that nothing is being done. Let's not say that, I don't see y'all. Bro, BMO, we here. Black Man Options is here. It's not for everybody. Those who want to travel will travel. Guess what? I had 4 trips under my belt to Brazil before I even got with the group. Right? 4 trips under my belt. 4 trips. Yeah. 4 trips under my belt before I even got with the group. I mean, I've been doing it. Been doing my thing with traveling down there overseas. You know, spots like Brazil, stuff like that. Been doing it. And I think it's healthy for brothers to understand that you do have an option and that it is it is active, right? Okay. We're not just making stuff up. We're not just shooting the breeze and just wish sandwiching our way. No, I'm in the group. Like, it's legit. Okay. And as a member, I can tell you that we make moves. And we do have big plans. Okay. Now, of course, COVID has kind of really thrown wrenches into stuff when we try to, set up how we want to schedule stuff. But no, the group is active. And just to understand how it is, there's Black Man Travels, Aaron Ferris, who's in Brazil right now, but was in Colombia. And then there's BMO, Black Man's Options. All right. Which was funded by Charles Tyler, the original. Rest in peace, right? So there's different travel groups. And I want to set the record straight and let people know, okay, the options are out here and you can make moves. Don't let somebody try to discourage you. Respect to Obsidian, but I didn't quite like the way he was coming off. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, it was maybe one of the last couple times he was on Edward Anderson's podcast. Shout out to Edward Anderson. And Ed, I think about it was the time before that, but Ed kind of had to low key check him. Like, come on, man, you coming up on my panel, man. I respect you, man, but why are you up here causing chaos? All right. We recognize Obsidian as being one of the founders. We understand. You've done a lot of work, brother, and respect to you. But just, there's a lot of people who are saying like, yo, what is Obsidian doing? It's like he's trying to be like hyper contrary to certain things that we don't even need to really be debating about. And then when he made his comments about SYSBM, I'm like, Obsidian, come on, man, really? Everybody's not going to travel, this and that, da. What? But to say, it's almost like to try to take a shit on the movement. To me, I felt almost low-key offended. Like, come on, whoa, bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? To basically look at it like, y'all ain't doing nothing. Who are the leaders? Who are the leaders? What? We have a full admin. Brothers are organizing. Okay? I mean, shout out to the brother Al Grease. You know, he's with us. He's in our group. What do you mean? Frustrated 3 is about to come out. Nothing is happening? No, brother, you're just not aware. You're just not aware. Okay? You're just not aware. So, I really kind of said all that to say is that I just don't want brothers to be discouraged, man. There's a lot of things happening. Brothers are making moves. There's a lot of plans. And it's real. If you ever decide to go on one of the trips, if you ever want to join the Facebook group, Black Man's Options, on the Facebook group, if you ever want to check it out, you'll eventually meet the admins. You'll meet the brothers who are in charge. Shout out to the brother Eric Spencer, president group, and then we have a whole admin chain up under that. And yeah, man, it's just there is a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on. I don't want brothers to be discouraged, man. Like we make moves, bro, and all of us got receipts. We got the receipts. And I mean, every time we go, we get more receipts, and it is great out there. And within that, there is another point that needs to be said about what I'm saying about brothers traveling. The reason I say it's not for everybody, because it's really not, and I don't want it to be for everybody, because you get some brothers who go out there and they don't need to be out there. You might as well have stayed your ass in the States with some of that foolishness and that fugazi shit that you bringing from the States down here, bro. You bring that shit down here to Brazil, bro. Like, if you start getting out of pocket, there's some levels of things we can't help you on, right? You don't want to get to a position to where you get caught up with some locals and we can't completely hop in, or we're not in a position to where we can get to you. If you don't want to listen to how we're trying to help you out and tell you how to move, you want to be hard-headed, bro. Okay, it can get real in some places. All right, it can get real in some places. Just be aware of that. You don't want to be out there in a foreign country acting a fool. Okay, we have to deal with that as well in the group, and the other groups do have to. Other groups have to deal with that. Some brothers have to get kicked out. Some brothers, habitual line steppers, nah, G, you got to go. We ain't fucking with that around here. You ain't finna be bringing that nonsense and acting like this, because brothers that we roll with have connections and ties down there in Brazil. Okay, we got spots where we go into where we getting in VIP sections. All right, we out there chilling, we out there hanging out, we on stage. All right, at premier clubs in one of the richest parts of town. They know us out there. When they see those hats and they see our group, they know us. And with that comes a level of representation that you need to have about yourself. You don't want to be out here looking foolish and making foolish moves and doing silly things. Let the OGs, the admins, and the brothers who've been there multiple times try to address certain issues you may have and try to help you with how you trying to move and advise you. Hey, look, fam, Don't do that here. No, my G. You gotta pull a homie to the side and be like, bro, understand what you did? That wasn't a smooth move. We got you. But you can't make a habit of doing that, man. Because we can get in positions to where it could get tight about whatever. Just, right? Giving that example, she says sometimes where things happen. And it's like, hey, bro, we rocking with you, but chill. Sometimes you got to tell brothers to chill when we get in spots down there. But overall, man, y'all guys, get your passports. Same old message, baby. Get your passports. Go out there, live life, love life. Tap into these other content creators, man. You watch the guys who are traveling. You know what I'm saying? Watch the channels. Just off the top of my head, Aces Live, Passport Heavy. You know, myself. Edward Anderson will talk traveling from time to time. Pablo Frescobar, shout out to him. Check out his channel. BMT, Black Man's Travels. Well, that's off the top of my head, and there's so many more I'm trying to think of. Because there's Passport Heavy, and then there's Passport Action, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, guys. All right. You don't have to be put up with what all this nonsense is that's going on the plantation. You don't have to put up with this. You know, it seems like every other week there's a celebrity breakup, or you hear some foolishness go down, and then brothers think, oh, if I can just make enough money, oh, she gonna respect me, oh, da da da. Nah, bruh. You need to have the right mindset on how you deal with these women. And like I tell my brothers I talk to, it comes with having value and knowing who you are and respecting yourself first above everything. Even when you travel overseas, it's especially important down there because there's a language barrier. They see you as higher value, but you need to be aware of how to deal with them. Certain things to look for to make sure that you ain't getting played down there as well. I've said it before and I said it again. Shout out to Edward Anderson, and one of his many quotes is, don't be red pill for ABWs or American women in general just to go blue pill for women internationally. You still keep your red pill awareness about you anywhere you go. Don't fall asleep just because you took a plane ride. Shit can get real. It has happened. But the reason that brothers travel is because they're looking for a better culture. Because all these arguments, Pookie Ray Ray versus the squared lame, educated lame, whatever, which is a horrible term anyway. It's almost like we're denigrating brothers who have went out there and made something out of themselves. The hell? But the thing is that we have a culture issue, and that's the problem. So for brothers who travel, they say, we're going to find a better culture. Okay? Stop focusing on, and the first thing that some idiots will think is that, oh, it's about chasing white women. Question. If I just wanted to run the country just to run another country just to find white women, there's plenty of white women here. Actually, there's a lot. Actually, they're the majority. So going all the way overseas just for white women, playing yourself. Even though you could get a better culture of white women, but my point to say is that it's not about just trying to chase white women and stuff like that. And to be honest, black women, I don't understand what the issue is that y'all have with white women directly like that. Because to be honest, your true competition is Latinas. Because for the most part, they have all of y'all's best features, and the ones who are raised that way have better culture about them. And that's usually a big factor, right? Even with the Afro Latinas, black women in America, that is your biggest competition. I don't know why y'all so worried about white women. Y'all see the celebrity dudes that y'all look at all the time and see one to twos of them, and usually athletes with a white chick. It's really not that many just gawking. Like even in the circles that we speak in, brothers are not chomping at the bit just to get a white girl. even brothers who travel, it's not all about white women. Promise you. I promise you. But again, there were some points of order that I had to speak on. There are some things that need to be said. I wanted to go ahead and get it off my chest so I could speak directly to the points that I wanted to get on, because I haven't uploaded in a while. Of course, I see that, but I wanted to really gather my thoughts and kind of sit back and assess the situation, because I'm usually listening more than I'm talking. Because when I drop a point about something that's going on, I want to make very sure I have my information in line before I say something. But that's it. Anything else I wanted to go over? I want to make sure that I really hit that point, because it was getting at me. You know, I want brothers to travel. I want brothers to see options, man. All of you won't. Okay, that's fine. But for brothers like us, we're not in a war. We're not in a Pookie Ray Ray war. We don't care. We're not in a we must bring the black women back to the table. We don't care. The black woman can do what she pleases as far as we're concerned. There's a lot of y'all who are trying to fight to say, oh, well, we need to sit them down and make them listen. Really? That's what you believe. That's why SBM bros, we ain't got time for that. We're not going to fight and force women to do shit. Family. But anyway, like I said, guys, travel, get your passports, and don't let nobody discourage you. So that's the video for today, guys. Y'all take it easy. SYSBM. All right. And I'll see you on another video. Peace.